Well, it's been a while since I've been here down at the outdoor kitchen and doing my first ever solo build, but priorities are always shifting on the farm, so we've had so much going on, as we always do, that there's kind of, well, there just hasn't been time to be down here. The weather's also been a bit iffy, but we're now heading back into another dry period, and today's got that feeling of, I can see it already, there's blue sky above me, the clouds are burning off, there's been so much movement of the clouds and the mist on the farm this morning. We've got the first blossoms coming out, as you saw as I walked down on our little plum trees, and it definitely feels like spring is just about to kind of burst to life, and it's such a wonderful time of year. So it's the perfect time to come back down here and get my head back in the game and see if I can make some serious progress on this project. We had something of a, I suppose, a bit of a harebrained idea over the weekend, and I want to see if I can make it work. Basically, I'd love to try and make the front-facing wall, because I don't love the way it's looking. It's not looking in my mind as I was kind of hoping it would. So I'd like to make the front-facing wall of it a bit of a living wall. I thought if we could create a way for plants to be able to grow inside the wall, kind of on top of the kitchen cabinet, and sort of be growing over, it would really blend it beautifully with the surroundings and just soften the build a bit. But there's a couple of kind of complications I've got to figure out. So I'm making a project that I'm already finding quite challenging, even more challenging, but I think that's kind of the fun of it, isn't it?
Good morning, everybody. Tara's got a head start on me this morning by the looks of things. She was up bright and early, zipped out the door. She's down the bottom there working on her pizza oven, and I'm feeling a little bit out of breath because I've just dragged all my tools and a big saw, thanks again Fred, up here on top of the hill where Crusoe's treehouse is. Now, I had a couple of comments a while back about the treehouse not actually being inside a tree. You're right, it's not just yet, but it will be soon. The plan today is, just to remind everybody, we've got a nice lookout right here. We've got the deck area here, or the platform here, and we also, last time we were here, built an escape hatch right here. We'll look at that escape hatch a little bit later on, but the first thing I want to do, or rather the next thing I want to do before we do anything else, is put a little building on top of this platform. And the reason for that is so that I don't have to keep on dragging all of my tools up and down when it rains. We can just leave them inside this little house here. Now we've got around about a week of dry weather before the rain comes back. Hopefully that'll be enough time to stick some sort of a little house on top here. And the kids then, Crusoe and Sawyer, they can start having a good old play in here too. So let's just do it. Let's see where we get to by the end of today. I'm hopeful that we can create something that looks really, really cool. Another thing that I'm thinking about, just as a quick add-on before we crack on, is that this design here will be really good practice for the house extension we're going to be putting on and building ourselves just over there on our stone house, which is something we're in the middle of doing at the moment. So if you're interested in stone house builds, stick around. We've got one ongoing at the moment. This today, let's have a good old practice with a treehouse, shall we?
these are the rocks that we're gathering from, you can hear John in the treehouse behind me, but these are the rocks that we're gathering from that hillside. And what we discovered in kind of clearing all the plants yesterday was that there's kind of some old flower borders there, we think. And I wish more than anything that we could get photographs of this place when it was kind of loved and lived in before us. Because I'd have loved to have seen what it looked like. But anyway, this is kind of more in keeping with what I had envisaged, is this kind of rock, the kind of, it's the rock that we're standing on, it's the rock that the kitchen's being built on. So it feels, I don't know, I'm more excited about building with this. I think it's going to look a lot prettier. Definitely probably a bit more of a challenge because they're so higgledy-piggledy. But anyway, Joel's got a massive wheelbarrow there. I tried to lift it, no chance. I think I'll make it look super easy and just wheel it over. But anyway, let's get these in kind of up here and see how we go, really. Joao, I don't know how you're pushing that. It's so heavy. I'm going to take a quick break from the build to say a massive thank you to our long-term partners Waterdrop for sponsoring this episode. You guys know that we are huge fans of Waterdrop, and this is our third Waterdrop filter, but it's by far my favourite. Let me tell you why. This is the Core RO countertop reverse osmosis filter, and it has become indispensable here in the tiny house where previously we haven't had any drinking water. It's a really compact piece of kit. It fits pretty much anywhere and takes up almost no space on our desk. But that doesn't mean that you're compromising on the filtration quality or the quality of your drinking water, which is of course the most important thing. This little badger filters out 99.9% of impurities. So I can literally fill the water from the tap outside, which comes from our off-grid water source, and know that we're all getting really nice clean water in the tiny house here. So we've got a range of different volumes, right the way from 150 mils all the way up to a litre, as well as a range of temperature options from as low as 14 degrees Celsius all the way up to 95 degrees Celsius. So I can have a cold glass of water, but I can also make myself a quick cup of tea. It was obviously super easy to install. It's quite literally just a plug-in. You run the filters through, it takes about 20 minutes, and then you're good to go. You can also take out the pure water tank, which is inside here, and pop that in your fridge if you wanted it to be even colder than the 14 degrees. And one of the things we love about all of our Waterdrop filters is the really easy, simple maintenance. This one has just one filtration system in it, and the longevity on that is 12 months. So you're only going to need to change the filter after a year. And all you do is order a new one online, they click out, you swap them in, and off you go. The display function is super handy, tells you what volume you're at, what temperature you're at. It'll also tell you your TDS rating, and it'll tell you when your filter needs changing. It also has, which I love, as soon as you get over 45 degrees, a child-safe lock, so that the boys can't come in here and pour themselves a glass of hot water. So if this is something that will fit in your life, and I'm pretty sure it will, then please use the unique link in our description below. You'll get up to 25% off this very nifty piece of kit. And a huge thanks to Waterdrop. You make the world of difference in our lives. And I have no doubt that this Waterdrop filter is going to continue to occupy a very small space on my desk, but a very big part of my day. Okay, so this is the front wall, which I started building the last time I was down here. Now, it's come out all right. I'm pretty pleased with it. But we were kind of thinking how beautiful it would be if I could make it into a living wall, which had plants growing out of it, and perhaps even leading up to kind of a bed at the top, which was like a herb garden, and have like herbs growing over the top of it, maybe strawberries growing out of the wall, things like that. The challenge is to get the soil in here and to make sure that there's enough drainage so the water can get in but can also get out. So the initial idea I had this morning before I'd come down here isn't going to work, so I'm going to have a good think about it. Right, I've just been having a bit of a fiddle around, so let me try and explain. That's John in the background. Let me try and explain the vision, because it might be a bit crazy, but it might also work really, really well. So my plan is
Yeah. You all right?
I said, the first thing I'm going to do is see if I can chisel out the cement that I put here so that I've got a bit of a drainage point for the water. Right, that should do the trick. Now, to cement little foundations for my supporting walls and then fill it with soil and then go from there. Well, that looks like it might work. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go with that.
Come into help, are you? Thanks, buddy. Window here, door here, and door here. So windows.
So halfway on my base here, I've just made a supporting wall, and basically this front section will go up and be soil all the way to the top to make that flower bed we talk about. And I've left gaps in here so that soil can go in there, and any roots of anything we plant within the wall can continue to grow through and back And I'm going to put a layer of soil at the back there to build it up so that we get the level with the cement. So my next plan is to cement these bricks into place, fill this with soil, put some rebar and plastic across, and then try and lay this foundation and this floor. Let's go.
Hey, buddy, Crusoe, can you come and help just quickly? Take 2 minutes, buddy. Need Crusoe's help because we're going to put a window right here, and I want to know exactly how high it needs to be so that Crusoe and Sawyer can see out of it. So, need to find them. Here we are. We've got your little house coming along here nicely. We've got here. So this is your house. All right, this is your door. Do you want to test your door? You walk through it like that. So, and then we'll put a little balcony here. What we need though now is we need to test how big the window, how high the window is going to be. So why don't you come and stand here, and then if I put this here like this, it's got to be like that. Can you come and stand next to it? Just so that No, I don't need a hammer in it. I just need you to show the height. So if we put it like this high, you can see out of it, right? Is it? Is it a good height for a window?
Yeah, I want to try to.
Okay. Yeah. Can you draw the line? That's it. Well then. Hello, Sawyer. All right, that's it. That's what I needed, Crusoe. You see your trapdoor there? Just going to make you some steps. Hello, Sawyer. You come to help too?
Yeah.
That's your trapdoor, Crusoe. We're going to build a ladder down there. Come on then. Nice, hey?
Now let's build.
Hey?
Let's build.
Let's build, shall we? All right. All right. Okay. The boys are a bit too busy to be on a building site, so I'm going to call it for today.
John's just tidying up my pointing.
No, I mean, it's
No, I appreciate it, love. Thank you. I really appreciate it because.
So what? So the idea, your idea is to what? To put some plants coming out of these holes.
Yeah.
That only. So you got one hole there.
I got one hole so far. This next one I think is going to go here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then another one like in the middle, a little bit higher. Maybe just 3, to be honest.
Only 3.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I don't want to compromise the strength of the wall.
I don't think you'll do that. Not with cement, anyway.
Okay. These rocks are actually really crumbly.
They are. Yeah. They are.
But anyway, so I've got my supporting wall starting in the middle there, just with the cobbles.
Okay.
And then this is all going to be filled with soil. So
Okay.
my next bit was laying these stones out so that I can stick them all down.
Okay.
So that I can get that cement floor in, because I'm conscious that my bucket of cement has been sat here for quite some time.
Get the flat bit down, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, isn't it?
Look at me, Mum.
Whoa, big strong boy.
Crusoe, they need to go in the middle there, buddy.
Those are my own.
That's it, Sawyer, pop that in the middle.
Look at me, Mummy.
Mwah, it's the best.
Very, very good.
You impressed?
Yeah, I
Because
am.
I'm bloody impressed.
That's great.
I'm going to be really honest. I am feeling so smug about that. And that is truly the first time I've looked at this project and thought, this is cool, I'm doing an okay job. A lot of it I've just gone, oh, it doesn't look nice, and it's not how I pictured it, and this isn't, you know, it doesn't look very pretty or very professional or very neat. But that floor, I am very pleased with. My next plan is to put a few bricks into the floor, hoping it doesn't destroy everything, just so that I've got a middle shelf, a middle wall that we can put shelves into. But I'm also conscious that this bit is going to be beneath the pizza oven, so that's probably going to be wood store. And then that corner section will be for kind of kitchen utensils and stuff. So we want to make sure that we've got, first of all, a support for the countertop, but also partitions between the two. And then I've got to use the rest of the cement in that wheelbarrow, just putting some more rocks onto the walls and keep building, building, building. So I've just taken a step back to have a look at the wall I'm building. And I'm so glad I've switched to these kind of funnier, these uneven stones, because it's more the look I was going for than the kind of really sharp grey granite. And it's looking so much better. I've got one gap where I can grow a big plant out of, and I can see the natural curve of another one coming. It's all coming together really nicely. It's been a really, really, really good day. Jolly delighted. I needed a day like this on this project because I don't know, I wasn't really vibing with it, and I was starting to think, oh, what happens if I really don't enjoy it? And I've kind of made such a song and dance about doing it. And you know, you guys are all holding me accountable, and I've got to prove to myself that I can. And I thought, God, what if it's just not fun? You know, the first rule in our house is if it's not fun, we're not doing it. So I did start getting a bit worried, but I'm having a lot of fun now. These chickens of ours really know no bounds. What are you up to? It's always Fifi and Sudza. Whenever there's trouble to be had, Fifi and Sudza. There's Tudza and Budza, just doing what chickens are supposed to do. And there's these two. Hey? It's the morning after the night before. Last night, I rushed away from my kitchen so quickly because it was 4:45 and I hadn't even finished recording our final episode from India, let alone editing it. So it was all a bit of a mad dash at the end of yesterday, but thank you so much to everybody who tuned in. And if you haven't watched our India series yet over on our other channel, TheNewbys Explore, we'd be so grateful if you would check it out. I'll pop the link up here. And one of the things that was bugging me overnight was that I didn't put our little JTCS kind of marker, which we do in any cement project we're doing. And hilariously, I think Fifi made his own mark, which is kind of fitting. There, on the floor of my outdoor kitchen, are 3 rather perfect little chicken feet.